The first time we've ever held a press conference at 2:15 in the morning, I always knew that you media people were the hardest working people in the world. Thanks for hanging in there with us. Well, I just have one thing to say. Omaha, get ready, because here come the Tigers. LSU Nation is going to be coming up to Omaha, and we're going to enjoy ourselves. Hopefully we're going to be there quite a while, but I'm just so proud of this team. I'm so happy for Kramer and Cole and Jared and Greg coming back for one more go at it, and we get to finish in Omaha, which is where everybody predicted we would be before the year. We've always known that everybody expected that of us, and I know at various points along the way, some people doubted that maybe we could do it, but we never lost hope. We never lost belief that we had a team that was capable of doing it, and I think what we're doing now is what we're supposed to be doing, and we're feeling pretty good about ourselves. But I'm just so proud of our guys, and so happy for all the LSU fans and people that care and support LSU baseball, and happy for our university. I'm happy for our community. I'm happy for our state. And we're going to go up to Omaha and make you proud.
Okay, once again, be a little patient. Make sure we get the mic to you, and please direct your questions. Who wants to be further there on the far right? Go ahead.
Kramer, right here in front. Can you just describe that? The last leaving the field for the last time, and then taking that victory lap. I mean, it just kind of looked like you were soaking everything in the entire time, and didn't really even realize what was going on around you at that point.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's sunk in yet. I mean, what a memory. I'm kind of at a loss for words. Those last dots, as we were getting, as Newman was closing that inning, I just kind of overcome with emotions just from, just to think back, where I started, and then now to be going to Omaha my last year with guys I consider my brothers, and get to have that experience tonight is just something I'll never forget, and why I came back to school, and why we all came to LSU for nights like tonight.
Over here on the left.
For Kramer and Pap, I guess what was the wait like? I mean, you had to wait through 2 rain delays. The game didn't get over till 1:30 something in the morning.
I think I told Coach it's not like I haven't waited long enough for this moment. We had to have a rain delay, so I've waited my entire baseball career, my entire life, to experience that dog paw and win a super regional. So I could wait through a couple rain delays, wait a little bit longer.
Back left.
Coach, when you lost the lead in the third inning, I wondered how your pitching plans changed for the rest of the game, and as far forward as you had to think.
Well, of course, it didn't go as planned. I thought Jared was extremely sharp in those first 2 innings, particularly in the first inning, striking out Gridley and Rooker, 2 outstanding hitters. And I just felt that he was going to be on. It was going to be his night. And in the third inning, he just lost command, lost the feel for his pitches. He was getting frustrated, which is very uncharacteristic of Jared. I just felt for him. I really didn't want to take him out of the game, but I had to do what was best for the team, and he understood that. And fortunately for us, we had a young man come in and meet the challenge and do a tremendous job. I think Caleb Gilbert is the story of the game, really. He put the team on his back, steadied the ship, and we knew we were going to hit more. I mean, everybody knew we were going to hit, and we were going to get more runs, but we just needed to know that we were going to hold them. And I told these guys, when they were in the on-deck area, get by the bat rack, we're going to hold them. Caleb's going to do a great job. We'll use whoever we need to, and we're going to hold them down. So let's not get frustrated. Let's not get impatient. Let's just, take it one at bat at a time, and let's do our job. And Caleb was fantastic. He probably could have finished the thing, but I thought that was the right time to get him out of there, and we needed Hunter to get into a game anyway.
Far right.
For Coach and Gilbert, how important was it for that third inning for you to get through the jam like that and to go 5 2/3 innings?
Gilbert, you want to go first?
Sure. That was a critical part of the game. I mean, they had all the momentum on their side, put up, two runs in before I came out, and I went in there and just made some pitches to get ahead in the count, and didn't make my putaways, and they took advantage of it. then after that, just having the mindset of just minimizing. If they get 2, don't let them get 3, and just focusing on that next hitter and that first pitch strike, and got out of it and kind of set the tone for the rest of the way.
Coach, you want to follow up?
Well, obviously, it was a critical point of the game. We had started out like gangbusters offensively. We actually left a runner or 2 out there. We probably could have had another run or 2 instead of being up 3-0. Could have been up 4 or 5-0. But I felt confident in our offense that we were going to get it going. And then, when Jared ran into trouble there and Caleb came in, he minimized the damage and then really dominated the game from that point forward. So that was obviously the critical point. If they'd have gotten out to a 3 or 4 run lead there, it could have been much more difficult. But I thought Caleb did a super job coming in at that moment and then on as the game went on.
Right here in the front.
Paul, Mike has driven in the go-ahead runs in both last night's game and tonight's game. What is it about him when he gets up in those big situations that has allowed him to deliver lately?
When he went up to bat with the bases loaded and the crowd stood and cheered, and it was reminiscent for me, I told him this, of 2008 when Blake Dean would come up to the plate and the anticipation of the crowd. And I used to think, boy, this poor kid, if he doesn't come through with a big hit here, he's going to let everybody down. And Blake invariably would come through with a big hit. And Pap had that same experience today. The bases were loaded, the crowd was going crazy, and Pap just looked so confident up there. You could tell he was going to get it done, and he smoked that ball in the right field corner. When we came back to the dugout after he had scored, I said, "You had your Blake Dean moment," and what a memory that's going to be for him.
Right in the front.
Paul, is this your best chance since '09?
Oh, I don't know about that, Ed. We've had some pretty good teams go up there. We didn't, get to come back with much. But listen, there's going to be 7 other really good ball clubs up there, along with us. We like to think that we're probably as good as anybody that's up there. But these tournaments, when you're playing that caliber of competition, you got to play your best. You got to minimize your mistakes. You got to have a little bit of luck. You got to pitch as good as you can. And we're looking forward to the challenge. We're going to just take it one game at a time. I can promise you that. I know we'll be playing Florida State in the opener. I don't know if we play Saturday or Sunday yet. But we're going to take it one game at a time. Hopefully we can have success in the first game, and then we can look towards game 2. And then we'll see. Ask me in a couple of weeks, and I'll let you know.
Second row right here on the right.
Kramer, I know it's only been like 30 minutes since the game ended, but have you changed your phone wallpaper yet?
I have not touched my phone yet, but that will be changed before I go to sleep tonight to a picture of the national championship trophy.
I hated that picture.
I hate that picture too. I'm so glad I get to change it and never think about it again.
That's right.
Over here on the left side.
I guess this is one's for Kramer. What was the moment like when he pulled you, Greg, and Cole all before the bottom of the ninth inning?
And Pap.
And Pap. Sorry, Pap.
Yeah, I was overcome with emotions. I couldn't help but think back to not too long time ago, my sophomore year when I was here for the team to celebrate and go to Omaha, but unfortunately I wasn't able to make the trip. And it was the next day, I know the date, June 8th, Coach told me, and I packed my bags and I went home, and I can remember driving home, and I just remember feeling like a failure because I was looking back on my first 2 years here, and I just felt like I had let people down, and so I knew I had 2 decisions. I could make the easy decision and go somewhere else and see what happens with my career, or I could gut it out and try to come back here and prove people that I could do it. And I didn't want to prove to people who said I couldn't do it right by making the easy choice. So to experience that tonight is something really special to me, and I'll cherish forever.
Over here in the back left.
Paul, kind of on Ed's question, you guys really are clicking right now. Do you feel you have the physical and maybe even more so important mental makeup to have some success up there?
Oh, there's no question, Mike, that we have a really good ball club put together. We've got a good blend of veterans and young players. They're playing with extreme confidence. Our pitching is outstanding. we have as good a chance as anybody, and we just got to go up there and play one game at a time, and we'll be playing some of the best teams in the country, not named LSU. And it'll take our very best effort. Like I said, we'll have to play as well as we can, and we're going to have a little bit of good fortune as well.
Just as a follow-up, their ability to have a plan and approach at the plate. Do you feel that is maybe a difference maker for this club in Omaha?
Well, we always have a plan and approach at the plate, and I think Micah Gibbs deserves an awful lot of credit for the success of our team this year. He's worked, long hours with these guys, and they've bought in and they've executed it. And I think Kramer at the top of the order, along with Cole, Duplantis in the 3-hole, all that stuff has worked, and it's supplements everything that Greg Dykman brings to our team. And as Watson has come along, I think he's improving with each passing day. I think the second half of our batting order has been outstanding. So, we're going to be facing the best pitching in the country this next week. So, to think you're going to go out there and score double-digit runs every game is probably wishful thinking. But we don't need to score double digits to win. We can pitch and play defense and figure out a way to score enough runs to win, and that's what we're going to try and do.
Right in the middle here.
For any of the players, y'all spend so much energy trying to get to Omaha. Is it easy to flip the switch and just now focus on trying to win a national championship, or is that going to be difficult to do?
Pat, why don't you go first, please?
Yeah, it's going to be a little difficult, but you know what? Like Coach says, you always take it, one game at a time, and whether we play Saturday or Sunday, we'll be ready. We'll get the game plan from Micah, and then AD will take care of the pitchers, and we'll be ready to go.
Kramer?
You said play for a national championship. We'll be ready to go.
Caleb?
I mean, like they said, it's what we all came here to do, is to go to Omaha. I don't think there's anything out there that,
We're not done yet.
Yeah.
This isn't the end. We're ready to go.
Got a follow-up?
Paul, did you want to add anything to that, just about getting your players to kind of flip the switch, to focus on winning a national championship after spending so much effort to get to Omaha?
They're not going to be focusing on winning a national championship. They're going to be focusing on beating Florida State. That's how we do it. One step at a time.
One
Okay?
game at a time.
Who's up next?
Right up here.
Alex, you have a question?
Yeah, Alex Lang with The Advocate. Kramer, what is it like to be going back to Omaha with the greatest team, and the greatest fans? What's that like for you?
I don't know. This is the first time I've ever experienced something like this.
Please
Alex.
don't touch the mic.
So I'm gonna need you to prepare
Caleb,
me. I'm gonna need you to prepare me and Greg well, because we didn't make the trip last time.
Caleb, what's it like for you?
It's 2:30 in the morning. Get out of here, will you?
We're going to bed. Good night, guys.
Okay, right.
Coach, I couldn't help but notice that the straight ahead in the back.
Oh, shock. I'm sorry. Should have
Towards the end of the
recognized
game,
voice.
I'm looking at the jerseys next to you: Ochenko, Gibbs, Kane. Do you feel good when you bring guys up from the 09 team to be around these guys who are all, kind of young and youthful like them, to, give them that confidence and that feel to go up there?
Well, I think the people that like to look at the negative side of things, when I put Mike in as a hitting coach and hired Nolan to be our recruiting coordinator, and Sean came in, and Nate Fury joined the staff, everybody thought I was just surrounding myself with yes men, my boys that would never disagree with me, and that they were not qualified to coach here because they hadn't done whatever, okay? And, these players will tell you how qualified they are, how hard they work with them, how much they've contributed. And I think what you just asked me about, Jacques, when Kramer Robertson or Caleb Gilbert or Michael Papierski talk to Sean Ochenko or Nolan Kane or Micah Gibbs, they have one thing that these guys don't have, and that's national championship ring. So they know what it takes. Other people speculate that haven't done it, but those guys know what it takes. And they're young enough to relate to these kids, and I think they've had a tremendous impact on our ball club this year. And I think they've all done a tremendous job. And of course, Alan Dunn, best pitching coach in the country. I don't need to say anything else on him.
Front row right here.
Mike, can you kind of describe that late game moment from your perspective?
I came up and I was hunting a heater, and he threw a breaking ball that I took for a ball, and the next pitch, you got to bank on it being a fastball, and it was, and I missed it, and I look back, and Mike is like, get it down, get on top of it, and I just put a good swing on the next pitch, and it happened to be a double.
And how about the crowd noise as well?
When I was hitting, I didn't hear anybody. I'm locked in on the pitcher, but I got on second and heard the crowd, and it was awesome to hear the best fans in college baseball.
Ron?
Yeah, Mike. What flipped your hitting the right way the last part of the year? What went on the right way?
Like I've said before, me and Micah talked about putting in a leg kick to stay behind the baseball, and it's helped me a lot to stay behind the baseball. And the biggest thing is getting in good counts. And once you get in a good count, put a good swing on it, and after that, you can't do anything about it. It's just put a good swing on the baseball and hope for the best.
Front again.
Kramer, those 11 runs to close the game, I think you guys only got 5 hits in that stretch. Just kind of coming through in the big situations and taking advantage of those free passes.
Right.
What'd you guys do to make that happen?
We just maximized our opportunities tonight. When the opportunity to score runs presented itself, for the most part, we did a good job of cashing in on it. And obviously, Michael had a huge at-bat there to really ignite us, but the guys before him all drew walks. I think Bo Jordan had a really tough at-bat, laid off some tough pitches to extend the inning, and then it was just one guy after another. We were able to come up with some big hits there, and like Michael said, we got ourselves into good counts and didn't chase too many pitches, so that's what you have to do. You have to maximize your opportunities and come through when you have the chance.
Okay, we're getting about 3 more here, right in the front.
Coach and Pap, for these young guys that have never experienced Omaha, this is a big stage, obviously. How do you prepare them when they've made such an impact on this team?
Look at this, Brandon. This is what it's like in Omaha. Media coverage, big crowds. They played in front of a lot of big crowds. National television, they played on national television. Tough teams, we play in the SEC. We play all those teams every day. The bases will be 90 feet apart. The pitcher's mound will be 60 feet 6 inches. These guys will be fine. It won't be too big for anybody. They know what's at stake when you go there, but that doesn't mean they have to try any harder or do anything that differently than they've done it before. So I think we're going to have a very confident, relaxed, and yet aggressive team, and we'll get them ready this week. We'll have a good week of practice. We'll leave Thursday, and we're looking forward to it.
To the right.
Kramer and Pap, does he wear flags all the time? And what was that whole lap around the stadium, especially because we were here for 6 hours and all the delays?
Pap, you go first, please.
No, I don't wear flags a lot, but I'm from Chicago, and the Cubs fly the W flag all the time. And I asked my mom for Christmas. I'm like, "Hey, Mom, you think you can get a purple and gold one and a W?" And I opened a present, and I got a W, and it's been hanging up in our house since I came back. And it was awesome to take it off the wall and run around with that flag and that camera, and just to see all the fans so happy. It's just awesome to experience this.
Kramer?
Yeah, I think I told Cole when we were jogging around the warning track, this is a lot more fun running around this warning track when the coach made us do it for punishment this fall. I think we had a rough day this fall during one of our practices, and he made us do punishment running.
I don't remember that.
Around the warning track. Oh, you did, yeah. And I got real short legs, so I'm not much of a distance runner, so I was not feeling good that day. So to do a victory lap is a lot more fun than punishment running, that's for sure.
Right side.
Yeah, Coach. Andy was talking to us before y'all walked in and talked of hoping that a rivalry would come up and being excited to play you in the future and playing the LSU program in the future, and just to have him back in town, the Mississippi State team, and then play Mississippi State going forward.
Well, it's been a rivalry for a long time. When Ron Polk went to Mississippi State and turned that program into what it became, and then Skip Bertman not too long after that came here, it created a huge rivalry. So whether it's Ron Polk, John Cohen, Andy Cannizzaro, Skip Bergman, or Paul Mainieri, it's always going to be a great rivalry in baseball because it's two schools that care very deeply about the sport. They support the team. They have great facilities, great fans. Both places do. And from my standpoint, I can tell you it's a place I enjoy going to Starkville every other year, and I enjoy having them here every other year. So it'll continue to be a great rivalry. They'll always be good, and I hope we will be too.
We'll take one last one in the back there.
Kramer back in the first. I know it was about 5 hours ago, but on that sliding grab, when Coach Cannizzaro was jogging back, seemed like y'all were kind of joking with each other. Just what'd you say to him, and just what was that exchange on?
I told him he caught it, and so didn't go out there. And he just, when he jogged off the field, he said something about the umpire having 3 kids, and he was married with 3 kids, so I guess that was him telling me that he really didn't argue the call. Once I told him that he caught it, that was all he needed to know. It wasn't much.
Okay, guys, thanks. Congratulations. Appreciate y'all's cooperation, media.